Wow. So only 6 months ago, Max Crosby was the highest non-quarterback NFL player in the NFL, making over $35 million a year. But within 6 months, he has now dropped out of the top 5, especially with Micah Parsons now making $47 million per year, with over $138 million of that being guaranteed money. He is now locked into the Green Bay Packers, and for better or worse, the Green Bay Packers are locked into him. They gave up also two first-round draft picks and a defensive lineman. So hope the best for the Packers, but I think that this was certainly way too much for the Raiders, though there are reports from local reporters over there in Vegas who say, according to their sources, the Raiders did inquire about making a trade for Parsons and were interested in making a deal with him, but for what he was asking and for what the Dallas Cowboys were asking, the Raiders went ahead and just bowed out and let Green Bay take over. So now Max Crosby is like number 6th on the board for the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. And I think that this was such a huge, smart move by the Raiders to sign him to that extension early. Get that deal done before some of these other big names are able to then push up that number, which would then make it very difficult for the Raiders to add more quality talent to this team. So kudos to John Spytek. I wish we would have ended up with Micah Parsons. Man, would that have been a dream defensive line right there. However, at his cost, I just don't think it's feasible. The Raiders didn't even have the salary cap. They would have had to do major moves just to get that done. But that's not actually what this video is about. I just wanted to throw that tidbit in there. I want to talk about 2 players that are making some moves within the Raiders who are not a household name. And I really like both of these players and the things that they've been able to do. I've even met with and talked to one of these players when I was at one of the open practices, and he's a very nice, genuine guy who's been working his butt off. So according to Sports Illustrated, there's an article here by Hondo Carpenter, and we're going to get into that today. So Hondo Carpenter is covering Will Putnam, offensive lineman, as well as Dylan Laube, who is a special teamer running back. Now, Will Putnam has, again, he's one of those guys who's not a household name. He's an offensive lineman, but he has just come into work every single day. And according to Hondo, in this article here, which I'm going to go through briefly, it says that the Las Vegas Raiders have improved in nearly every facet of the game. Following training camp, Raiders general manager John Spytek noted a couple of players who may not be household names, but caught his attention during the training camp. And number 1 is going to be Will Putnam on that offensive line. Will Putnam, he says, I wouldn't say that I didn't know a lot about them, but the 2 guys that initially came to mind are Will Putnam and Dylan Laube. I knew a lot about those guys, but when we talk about what it means to be a Raider and to compete every day and to show up with energy and positivity, Spytek said, to start where they started, which was not getting second team reps, and just work every day and challenge themselves every day to show up and do the right thing, and then do the right thing, and then get an opportunity to run with the 2s and make plays and be a great teammate. Will Putnam, it just stood out, according to Spytek. It's just one of those things that a coach and I talked about that you just could not deny. And those are the exact kind of 2 people that we want here. And Will offers a lot of versatility at interior linemen, Spytek said. He proves some value as a center, but also to play guard. If you're going to go into a game with 8 offensive linemen, the value of those guys on the inside is that they can play all 3 of those spots. And Will prove that to us, that he did it day after day. Spytek noted that Laube has found a way to make plays on special teams, which is very important, even though he's a running back in a deep group of running backs. Many other players in Laube's position have failed to make teams and final rosters, but Laube fought hard and throughout training camp and earned his spot. Again, I was able to meet with him just briefly at one of the open practices last year. Great guy. just seems like he's really worked his butt off. And according to some other players that I talked to and have had on the show, like Chris Collier, he is the light of the locker room. Laube is one of those guys. He's a big jokester. He likes to get the atmosphere fun and enjoyable. And even when they were losing, he would be able to crack a joke, make people loosen up a little bit. And this is one of the things that doesn't go into the stat sheet. And that's why having a guy like Dylan Laube make this roster is really important, because he has a lot of upside. Yes, I know he got into the doghouse early last year with Coach Pierce because of the couple of fumbles that cost us big games, but he's cleaned that up so far in the offseason and the preseason. And I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do for the Raiders in this special team situation where he's going to be primarily playing at. But also, I expect to see Chip Kelly be able to use Dylan Laube in some certain situations, because he's a great receiving back. He's very quick, and he has some really good moves at the running back position. You can use him as a wide receiver, on the slot receiver, not on the wide out, but on the slot receiver. You can line him up there. You can fool some defenses, get him open, and he can pick up some big games on some certain plays designed just for a guy with his skill set. Now, with that being said, I want to talk about today's sponsor, and that is Box House. Guys, I can't make these videos without sponsors, and Box House has been with us for a while now. They are fantastic. Again, I've said this before. I did business with the owner, Kevin, before I ever took them on as a sponsor, so I can testify 100% with my own money that I have done business with him, that this is a high quality company that is going to bring you the very best in tiny homes. Tiny homes, ADUs, mother-in-law suites. They've got a variety of options available, and you do not want to miss out. Go ahead and give Kevin a call. Check out the website, check out their options. He will give you a call back if he misses you. He'll give you a call back himself, and he's the owner. You don't have to talk to some person in sales or whatever. You can talk straight to the owner. Kevin's number's right here on the screen. Give him a call. Fantastic company, and could not say enough good things about them. Guys, if you like this type of content, you have to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. And here's why. Because YouTube has been hating on Raiders content for some reason I don't understand. But it is what it is. We get 1 to 2 days of impressions on these videos, and then that's it. It's done. It's over. Doesn't matter how good the metrics are. They will not push it past 1 or 2 days. So if you're not hitting that bell notification, even if you're subscribed, you're probably not seeing these updated videos. So go ahead and do that, and do me a big favor, smash that like button for me and comment Raiders down in the comments.